Last week, I had a picture of a little white dog here on Weekly 50, and this week is a different dog. This is Hildi. Last week was Tucker. This is my wife's. This dog belongs to my wife's mom and stepdad, and we went to see them over the Christmas break in Missouri, spent a few days there, and when I went to pack up my stuff for the trip, I knew that I was hoping to take a picture of their dogs. They have these two dogs, and we don't have pets. So it's fun to take pictures of other people's pets when the opportunity arises, like what you see here. One issue, though, is that I don't really know how to compose an interesting shot of a pet. And you can kind of see that here. If you compare this week's photo to last week's photo, they're compositionally very similar. You've got a dog looking with the nose in the foreground, out of focus, and then one eye tack sharp, the other eye maybe not, and the dog is looking at something out of the frame. In this shot, there's nobody holding the dog, and that's one difference. Last week, you saw the arm of my son who was holding Tucker. Here, this is Hildi just sitting on a chair. In fact, this chair actually goes back decades in my wife's family, so it was kind of cool to get a picture of this dog on this particular chair. And even the camera settings are pretty similar. I use the same aperture, f3.3, the same lens. I think I shot this at slightly higher ISO. This is shot at 1/90th of a second. There wasn't actually a lot of available light when I took this photo, hence the slightly slower shutter and the higher ISO. And I'm happy with the result. I really like it. I like that the Hildi's fur is nice and tack sharp. I like that you can see her eye. I like the reflection of the overhead lights or something in her eye. And it seems like a more interesting photo than the dog staring straight at the camera, which I did take some of those where the dog is looking right at me. In this case, I've discovered, since trying to take some photos of these two dogs, I've discovered that dogs rarely cooperate how you want them to. And that's a lesson I could probably learn, could have learned a lot sooner if we had pets of our own, but we don't, so that's okay. And it was fun. I wouldn't say it was frustrating because I enjoyed it and we had a lot of time up there. So I tried to treat it as a learning opportunity. Like, how do you take an interesting picture of a pet? Should the pet be doing something? Should the pet be sleeping? Should it be a close-up of some element of the pet, like the eye? Or should it be something like this, where you can see like a larger shot of the pet's face, looking at something else that's not you, the photographer? So it is what it is. I mean, this photo, I'm really happy with it. I like the way it turned out. I like the circumstances under which I was able to take it. But it does make me think of like what else I could do with pet photography. So I don't know, maybe next time we visit people, whether family or friends who have pets, maybe I'll bring my camera and really try for something more, something other than just an animal staring off to the left of the frame. But, even so, I really like this photo as is. I wouldn't change anything about it, but it does make me think of other ideas that I might want to try in the future.